Wisdom, the final frontier to true knowledge. Welcome to Wisdom Trek, where our mission is to create a legacy of wisdom, to seek out discernment and insights, to boldly grow where few have chosen to grow before. Hello, my friend. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your captain on our journey to increase wisdom and create a living legacy. Thank you for joining us today as we explore wisdom on our second millennium of podcast. This is day 1148 of our trek, and our focus on Friday is future technologies and societal advancements, so we call it Futuristic Fridays. My personality is one that I've always been very future-oriented. Since my childhood, I have yearned for the exploration and discovery of new technologies and advancements for the future. I grew up watching the original Star Trek series, and even today, while I am on my 64th revolution around the sun, I still dream of traveling into space. Each week we will explore rapidly converging technologies and advancements, which will radically change our lives. At times, the topics may sound like something out of a science fiction novel, but each area that we will explore is already on its way to becoming reality over the next couple of decades. To keep with our theme of Ask Gramps, I will put our weekly topics in a form of a question to get us on track. So this week's question is, Hey Gramps, what are some of the implications and opportunities of augmented reality and its impact on the world? So today's segment will be Augmented Reality, Implications and Opportunities. Last week on our Futuristic Friday, we explored how augmented reality is and will impact significant sectors of the industry. Today we will focus on the implications and opportunities of AR. Our world is in a disruptive mode, especially with the ongoing pandemic. But this will only speed up the exponential technologies that is changing our world today. I am using some of the information mentioned in Peter Diamandis' blog and his book, The Future is Faster Than You Think. If you could choose, how would you want to see the world? As an ongoing game? As a constant shopping extravaganza? Or maybe a classroom that spans the planet and never stops teaching? How about how Earth appeared 100 years ago, 200 years ago? Augmented reality will allow everyone to view the ultra-dramatic and highly immersive digital world of their choice. Turn on game mode, and when you're walking down the street, everything you look at becomes part of a game. Maybe it's Star Wars, or Star Trek, or Pokemon, or Harry Potter. Entertainment information layers permeate all your physical environments. Now switch to shopping mode, then online merges into offline environments. Every storefront is only showing things that you desire. Your AI, or artificial intelligence, knows precisely what you're shopping for, what you need, and what colors and fabrics you prefer. Specifications from price, color, and brand are preferentially displayed on your AR headset. Your AI filters even the advertisements that you see or you don't want to see. Turn on education mode, and wherever you look, your AI-enabled AR headset can deliver a physics lesson, historical rundowns, or linguistic courses. Virtual educators appear on demand, answering nearly any question that you could possibly think of. Every action from an arching football to an ocean wave can teach you about physics. Every moment is filled with constant learning and growth. Now let's switch to tourism mode. Explore any location with a personalized expert guide. See a site as it appeared during any time period. Rewind 600 years or 6,000. Don't miss any of the most renowned local food spots, particularly those your AI knows best match your palate. But how is all this going to be driven or provided? Let's first look at the AR cloud. As augmented reality hardware advances with the deceptive growth phase, the business opportunities for AR content creators is now, whether building virtual universes or digitizing your physical one. To create multiplayer games, social media communities, and messaging platforms, they must be linked to the same physical space. A centralized AR cloud must first unify all headsets with a sync virtual overlay. Just as search engines like Google serve multiple operating systems, the AR cloud will serve every headset. Yet unlike today's cloud computing infrastructure, the AR cloud will need to churn constant input-output loops in real time, crunching and serving up far more data than we can currently comprehend. While most AR apps that are available today offer one-time wonders like furniture tryouts or human anatomy lessons, AR native apps linked to our daily task of our physical world will change the way that we do everything. It may be a few years off yet, but it is coming. A guy by the name of Ori Inbar, who is the co-founder of Augmented World Expo, has said, a real-time 3D or spatial map of the world, the AR cloud, will be the single most important software infrastructure in computing. In a nutshell, with the AR cloud, the entire world becomes a shared spatial screen, enabling multi-user engagement and collaboration. The AR cloud is set to transform how information is organized. Currently, we actively input our questions and find our answers in 2D mediums, such as your smartphone. But the AR cloud will soon enable smart environments that feeds us what is relevant when it's relevant. Local businesses that are inherently pertinent to you and your problems will auto-populate individualized data AR interfaces. Individual backgrounds will pop up networking events, particularly those who share your industry, your interest, or might even be great partners for your next joint venture. As an example, the computing system that you've just been shipped will guide you interactively through the assembly process. Just give it a gaze and activate instructions on a blink. But what are the technological requirements of this? How will we actually build this AR cloud? As I've mentioned in previous Futuristic Friday episodes, the closest we have come to widespread communal AR experiences was Pokemon Go. To function, the game server stored geolocations, player activities, and specific location data. Even in the case of this sophisticated online merge-offline AR experience, there were no shared memories or activities occurring in each location. In tomorrow's AR cloud, a centralized AR backend would incorporate shared memory data, allowing both individual gamification and seamless shared experiences with others. It's like Pokemon Go and Teams. To do so, the AR cloud requires to perfect point cloud capture, a method of capturing and reconstructing 3D areas. Several technologies such as laser scanners like LiDAR, depth sensors like Kinect, or drones and satellite camera footage will together enable universal, high-integrity point clouds, meaning that it'll bring all the data together at one point, regardless of who you are or who you're with. Along a similar vein, a tremendous upcoming business challenge involves inputting scans from many hardware devices and outputting data accessible to a range of platforms. That is to say, the process of digitizing and updating every square foot of physical space as we wear sensors to collect this data. Just think today of when you're driving if that data is being collected, of what you see and what you experience. To achieve this, we might think of solutions similar to, but far more sophisticated, to Google's Tango area learning, wherein devices use camera footage and location data to recognize places they've seen before. Depth sensing and motion tracking will also play a critical role in this environment creation. In terms of AR self-orientation, companies will need to develop universal localizers that give devices ultra-fast positional awareness. In this instance, crowdsourced 3D mesh stitching might be employed to stitch together all the data generated by AR users, thereby recreating digital versions of a shared physical environment. Finally, the AR cloud will ride on massive surges of connectivity. Some examples are 5G, balloons, and satellite networks that are being proliferated worldwide, which will reduce latency, that is, the delay of data transfer, which will vastly improve access across AR devices, allowing constant real-time updates to the cloud. Even today, network giants like Cisco, Microsoft, and IBM are already starting to tackle AR cloud infrastructural components. Take Cisco, which now innovates across various Internet of Things platforms, or IoT, with their solutions such as Cisco Connect, Cisco Jasper, and Cisco DNA, which stands for Digital Network Architecture, supporting ever-increasing bandwidth needs of smart connected devices. Another example is the global nonprofit OpenAR Cloud, which spans projects and spatial indexing to edge computing and 5G, and also incorporates the security and privacy that we desire. So what are some of the implications, or what does this all mean? Think about training, instant skills training, for instance. Anyone capable of following a decent audio-visual explanation can become an expert on anything, whether it's in the middle of New York City or rural Bangladesh on demand. Screens will go away as we think of them today. Your AR headset can project your watch, phone screen, health metrics, entertainment, anywhere, and to any scale that you desire. If you think about our history, we first dematerialized radios, calculators, measuring tapes, and almost any other computing tool into a handheld device. But now we are dematerializing these screens themselves, seeing them through interfaces, not looking at them. Think about glasses or contacts that you might be able to see through, but also have augmented reality built right into them. You'll be able to control what you see, eliminate what you don't want to see, and then populate ordinary environments with your desired reality. Your office floor could become a calm pond. Your windows a mountain view. Your kids could be surrounded by open canvases. They'd be able to see how it works and rundowns on any tools, or even a written vocabulary as you speak to them. Imagine telling your AI, every time I see a coffee cup in the world, fill it with flowers. It will get to the point where you'll never forget anyone's name or birthday. The combination of facial recognition AR and AI will allow you to recognize anyone by name. You immediately know a familiar face when you see one, and you'll know how you know that person and relevant information at the right time. Instantly recognize anything that you're looking at. Look at a tool, a piece of art, a product, and you name it, and you'll know exactly who made it, what it costs, what it does, and how it might be assembled or disassembled, and the actual supply chain that brought it about. Then think about the advent of digital fashion. Digital garments are overlaid seamlessly on your body in the AR cloud, and the digital copies of yourself might model new styles or innovative fashion ideas at a whim. You can control who sees you and what clothing. Your colleagues can see you wearing one outfit, pedestrians another, your family members a third outfit. By training your AI, AR hardware will know where you're looking, tracking your facial expressions, eye dilation, and focus, all working with your personal AI to learn what you love, how you think, and what catches your imagination most. Let's look at some final thoughts for our segment today. Consider how companies, governments, artists, and leaders will vie for priority in presenting AR-delivered data to your visual cortex. Ponder how you and your AI will curate the digital world, how you might maintain privacy, of which information and how much. Do you want people looking at you to know your name, your profession, or your birth date? You might think, well, I do not want that, but think of what you allow on social media today, such as Facebook. AR will not only transform your world, it will fundamentally redefine it. Your combined AR-AI systems can help you to focus on what's important, block out distractions, and help lift your mood when it is required. The convergence of AR, gigabit low latency networks, such as 5G or the Internet of Things, such as sensors, AI and blockchain is about to change every industry in the decade ahead and create more opportunity for wealth creation than was ever possible in the past century. If you have an entrepreneurial mindset, you should pay attention especially. Consider these two economic predictions and understand the magnitude of what is coming. First, the McKinsey report predicts the Internet of Things will create $6.2 trillion of new economic value by just 2025. And the second, a Gartner prediction that AI augmentation will create $2.9 trillion in business value and 6.2 billion hours of worker productivity globally by the end of next year, 2021. AR will be a significant factor in both. My advice for everyone? Don't blink. The future is faster than you think. And as a Christ follower, you might be wondering how you should engage with these new technologies. Just like all technologies of the past, such as the printing press or the cotton gin, we should fully embrace it to build God's kingdom here on earth as it is in heaven. The best is yet to come. And that reminds me of 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. This is what the scriptures mean when they say, "No eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no mind has imagined what God has prepared for those who love Him." And that's a wrap for today's question. Join us again next Futuristic Friday for another interesting question about our future on our Ask Gramps episode. Our next trek will be Meditation Monday, where we will help you to get more out of your Bible study and focus on the most important areas of life. So encourage your friends and family to join us and to come along with us on Monday for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. If you'd like to listen to any of the past 1,447 daily treks or read the associated journals, they are all available at wisdom-trek.com. And I encourage you to subscribe to Wisdom Trek on your favorite podcast player so that each day will be downloaded to you automatically. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor. But most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and create a great day every day. See you on Monday.